Hello everybody and Happy New Year! I apologize for how slow I have been with my videos lately. I know I was kind of on a roll where I was uploading and recording something a little bit, trying to do it like once a week, and that's the cats being crazy. And it just finally, things caught up with me and it just didn't end up happening. I also apologize for the lighting in this video. Once again, as I've said in past videos, the lighting here is really bad because it's that time of year where it's either super dark really early, or this time of day it's super bright, but if I close the blinds it gets so dark in here you're not going to see anything anyway, and if I turn the lights on everything gets washed out. So I'm still working on investing in some other lights. Not only will it be helpful for my videos, but also for some of my cosplay photos that I plan on doing more of this year. I had taken a break last year about halfway through the year, but this year I'm going to be back. I'm going to my regular conventions. I'm not doing as many as I have in the past, just because it's a lot. It's a lot of stress, it's a lot of energy, and I'm just not doing that this year. But I'm going to be going to my regular shows and back into actually cosplaying again, because like I said, I had taken a little bit of a break just to relax and de-stress from it all, because I pretty much have a convention every week all year, and cosplaying every weekend really, it can get very tiresome. So a lot of the shows at the end of the year I ended up just doing like tabling and things like that, and it helped with all the stress from the year. So like I said, Happy New Year everybody. A lot of crazy and good things happened last year, so I'm going to do kind of this like a recap of 2019 and some things I'm looking forward to in 2020. So going back to January of 2019, I'm going to see if I can remember everything that happened throughout the year that's worth mentioning. That was my like only really free month. I don't think anything happened in January. I feel like it was kind of just my like relaxing month, where I was getting into the year and just planning on all the big things that were going to be happening. I know I was planning for KatsuCon last year in February, which was a lot of fun. I think this KatsuCon ended up being my favorite one I went to. I really did love the one I went to with my friends Allie and Lou. That one was very relaxing, and I don't know, like I loved things about that, but I feel like this Katsu, because we stayed right in the Gaylord Hotel, we were up like all night. We had so much, and we met so many friends from like all over the country that I've never met before, that I talk to online like every day, but I've never gotten to meet. So I feel like this year was the best. So that's what happened in February. We went to KatsuCon. There was a lot of craziness that happened. I know if you guys have been following my Instagram videos when I go live, you've heard a lot of what happened there. Basically, Jen got double charged for the hotel. There was a whole fiasco with that where we were waiting for the bank, which left us basically with no money while we were there, because the Gaylord is very, very expensive for those who have stayed there, and especially KatsuCon weekend, the rooms are pricey if you stay directly there, and all the food is very expensive. So we didn't have a good time with that, but thankfully everything worked out. It got fixed that weekend, and we had a really, really fun time, and I miss everybody that was there, and I hope to see everybody soon. So that's the only downside to going to KatsuCon, is the people there that I see, I only see once a year. So that was pretty much February. I celebrated my first Valentine's Day with Jen. It was really nice. Like I said, it was at KatsuCon. So we went out to dinner with our friends Kelly and John. We had a lot of fun. I'm trying to think what else happened in February. I feel like that was pretty much it. KatsuCon was the big thing. Then in March, we had St. Patrick's Day. Jen and I went to see Within Temptation with my brother. It's the first time I got to see them. It was a lot of fun. We went and we saw Lion King on Broadway. I believe it was February that we saw Anastasia as well. So I know we saw Lion King and Anastasia last year on Broadway. Both were amazing shows. The Lion King I never had gotten to see before, and it was definitely hands down the best Broadway play I've seen. And if you guys ever get the chance to see it on Broadway, please go. It's beautiful. Then I went down south to South Carolina in March to spend a week with my aunt and uncle down there, and my grandpa was staying down there at the time. And that was a lot of fun. We got to go to the beaches. It was a little bit chilly. Definitely warmer than it was here in New York. New York was very cold last year. Very icy. It was a very bad winter. But this year, I don't know. This year I'm a little bit worried because we've already gotten about 3 major snowstorms. And we just hit January. So I'm kind of scared to see what this winter is going to bring because the worst of it is yet to come. And I'm not looking forward to it at all. So when I was down south, like I said, I was at the beaches. They thought it was very cold. My aunt and uncle, they have their second house down there. They go down for the winter. They return to New York in like the spring, summer. But they thought it was really cold down there. I thought it was very warm compared to what we were experiencing up here. So yeah, we went to the beaches. We did kind of our little like fun little shop excursions that we usually do. We went on an airboat, which was a lot of fun. It was cold that day, so unfortunately there were no like alligators out in the water. But basically you go out into like the salt marshes on this really fast little airboats, and you see all the wildlife that's out there. So we did see some ospreys and stuff. Unfortunately, you know, ospreys live here in New York too, but it was a very nice ride even though it was very cold and definitely interesting. So if I go back down south in warmer weather, I'm definitely going to do one and hopefully see some alligators. We did go on one of the walks. There was like trails in the woods and everything at one beach that my aunt goes to often, and we did see wild alligators there, so that was a lot of fun. I always love seeing them. I feel like we did a few other things as well. I can't remember everything we did, but we did take a helicopter ride, which was a lot of fun. It was my first time flying in a helicopter, and I loved it. It was extremely expensive for literally just going up off the ground and out over the beach. I'm gonna say it was literally 5 minutes in the helicopter, and the price that they charged was ridiculous, but it was a lot of fun. So it was something I got to scratch off my bucket list that I went in a helicopter. So it was a lot of fun, and I love going down south and visiting my aunt and uncle. And this year I'm probably not going to go down just because we have a few other things planned, but hopefully in 2021 I'll be going down again to spend a week with them, and hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer when I choose to go down next time. So that was pretty much March. April, nothing really major happened in April either. Honestly, I feel like the only really big thing that happened in April was that Jen moved in with me. She had been making a lot of trips down from her parents' house before actually making the move, but April is when she officially did move in with me, and I was really happy. We made a lot of changes in here to my house. This is Hope, guys, bothering me while I'm trying to talk. She wants attention, and she's been naughty and getting up by Sushi, my fish, so she's been yelled at all morning, so that's why she's up here being a problem. Come over here and sit, come on. So that was the big thing for April. I believe it was also April and into May that all the Comic-Cons started really kicking off this year. That's usually the start of the con season. They start for me in February. I have like 1 or 2 shows in March, but April and May is when they really pick up, and it starts like every single weekend. And it gets crazy. So we had a lot of shows through April and May. June was my 28th birthday. Definitely not happy about the age. I can't believe that I'm already 28 and this year going into be 29. But Hope, you can't be stepping on the computer. She's so naughty. She just wants to get involved with everything. But I had a lot of fun for my birthday this year. July. Again, I feel like a lot of this was just conventions all year. One thing I did forget to mention, which I don't know why I forgot, because now that I remembered it was July, and the video I made earlier, February, right before KatsuCon, or right after KatsuCon, I got my brand new car. So I went out and bought a car. So that was my big thing this year. Or, that was my big thing last year, was buying my car. Because, if you guys had seen my video earlier, one of my story times about my trip to Pennsylvania, you'll know why I just mentioned the car. Because we made a trip to Pennsylvania for a convention. That was a lot of fun. We got to eat at the smorgasbord. We got to ride on the railroad. Jen got to see a lot of the Amish countryside. And of course, we had the incident where we got stuck in the car and almost trapped out there. Not very fun. But That's what reminded me. Uh, August, I feel like we had a few shows then. There was nothing really major. September, I was just very happy because fall was upon us, and that's my favorite season, as you guys know. Absolutely love fall, and it was starting to get cooler here, and the convention schedule in September was pretty quiet. Then October came, and it just turned into madness again. New York Comic Con was the first weekend. Also that weekend, we ended up going apple picking. We ended up going to Salem, Massachusetts, which I used to live in Boston, and I used to go to Salem every October. I drove around for over an hour looking for a parking spot this year. It has never been this crazy. And I essentially told my brother and Jen, if we ever go again, we're getting a hotel room, and we're staying overnight and just walking, because I'm never dealing with the craziness again. I've never seen Salem that crazy. And this is coming from living in Boston and literally going every year. So, I love Salem. I want to go again next year in October, but we're definitely going to change our scheduling and how we approach going next year. But that was a lot of fun. We got to meet the actor who played Michael Myers in Halloween. He was signing in the Horror Wax Museum there. So that was really, really cool. My brother really enjoyed that. Then also in October, this actually was after New York Comic Con itself, they had the Yu-Gi-Oh! Art Gallery in the city. That was so much fun. I didn't cosplay to it. I really wanted to, but I really was not in the mood to cosplay. Like I said, I had been so tired, and it was downpouring that day, and the outfit that I was going to wear gets severe water damage, so I didn't want to risk it, especially because it's one of my favorite outfits that I do wear. So I went very casual there, and I met a lot of people. It was a lot of fun. We took pictures of everything. We bought some prints. It was a lot of fun, and definitely something that if it ever comes around again, anywhere you guys can find pictures of it if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. Even if you're not a Yu-Gi-Oh fan and you just appreciate art, definitely look it up. The art at the gallery was gorgeous. Also in October, we had a lot of other conventions. My grandpa had his 93rd birthday, which was a really big celebration. Albany Comic Con celebrated. The Syracuse PowerCon celebrated. We celebrated. So it was crazy. I know in Creticon, they had like a little delayed kind of birthday celebration for him too at the end of the month. Then we had Halloween, which is my favorite holiday. It's my favorite time of year. So because of Halloween, I actually had done my 31 days of Halloween, which I'm going to be doing on my channel here this year, and I'm really excited about. It was a really big turnout on my Instagram. I'm probably still going to go live on Instagram and do it, but I'm definitely housing all the stories here. Basically what I did is I read one of my original horror stories every day for 31 days. I read 31 different stories that I wrote. This year, I'm going to work on stories throughout the year so that I have a nice big collection come Halloween time that I can read. So it'll be all new stories this year. One or two of them probably will be the same because they're horror stories that have been bestsellers for me. Like The Hunger, you guys know that one. That got the audiobook deal. It's been still really selling. It's still one of the bestsellers at that publisher. So I probably will return with that one. So that turned out really good. Then Halloween night, I had a lot of fun. I carved pumpkins. I ended up having a small Halloween get-together with my family. That was a lot of fun. Everybody dressed up. Halloween night, I handed out some glow sticks for the kids, and we handed out full-size candy bars this year. It was a really rainy, dreary night, but we still got a pretty good turnout of kids, so I was really happy. We probably got about half the kids we got last year. Still got around 40 kids versus like the 80 that came the year before. But it was a lot of fun, and at the end of the night, I think the best part was because we realized how few kids were actually showing up. Every kid got 2 full-size candy bars, so they were excited. Again, we were told we were the best house on the street, probably because of the candy, but they really do love our decorations every year, and I love decorating for Halloween, and I'm still sad that my Halloween decorations are not up, but I gotta wait till October now, but I don't know. It's just my favorite time of year. Then November hit, and I think November is what really killed 2019 for me. November was National Novel Writing Month. If you guys have seen my past videos on here, you'll know that I really did try to start writing, doing like a dark holiday anthology, which this year I'm definitely going to get done. I'm going to get out for the holidays this year, and I'm going to do my 12 or 25 days of Christmas this year. I really wanted to last year, and it just completely got away from me. I got 2 stories done, and I was really ready to keep going. I had some ideas all written out. I had like the skeletal versions written up, and then Scarlette's intestinal cancer had gotten worse, and she ended up passing away, and that to me ruined the rest of 2019. Like, I feel like since Scarlette passed away, I just completely lost track of time. I don't know where time went at all. And I think that's the worst of it, is because I don't know where time went, it just bothers me. So Thanksgiving ended up coming and basically going. I really don't remember much about it. I don't even remember having Thanksgiving. Like, that's how much I feel like this affected me. My mother said the same thing. She's like, she doesn't remember Thanksgiving happening. I remember it was really nice. I spent the day with my family at their house. We really didn't do many of our traditions. I think I was just too tired. I was too depressed and wiped out. The only good thing to come out of November was hope. Hope came as a gift for me in November, which you guys, like I've said before, you've probably seen the video about the Sky Queen. Please watch that series if you haven't. Definitely get yourself a snack and a drink if you watch all of the videos. It is long, but it's definitely a series worth watching if you're into like coincidental stuff and the story of how Hope came to be here. So that was the only good thing that came out of November. Well, aside from Jen and my anniversary, we had our 1-year anniversary in November. We spent the time up at Lake George at Fort William Henry at a beautiful resort up there. That is going to be a story for a future story time, which I will get up very soon. A lot of crazy things happened that weekend leading up to why we went to that resort, but we had a really nice time. We did wine tasting. We got to wander around the strip up there. We got a lot of really cool things from the metaphysical store. We had dinner at a really great Italian restaurant. And actually, next month, Jen and I are going there to spend our Valentine's Day once again. So I can't wait to go back. It was really fun. And next month is the Ice Festival up there. So I'm really excited. So finally, December hit. I was glad the year was over. The year really honestly went way too fast for me, but I'm not going to complain. December, I really don't even know what happened. It was crazy. I think the biggest letdown was December 1st. We got hit with a massive, massive, massive snowstorm here in New York. And the concert that I was going to go to, Ice Nine Kills, who I've been dying to see, ended up, I had to cancel it because all the buses shut down. The trains were not running. I couldn't get to the theater. My cousin's band Fit for a King was opening for them. They were going to help us with backstage passes and everything, and it just did not work out, and I was really, really upset. But my parents kind of pulled through this year for Christmas, and Five Finger Death Punch, who we've seen before, they're having a concert in May that Ice Nine Kills is opening for, so my parents bought us tickets there just so we could go see Ice Nine Kills, because I was super bummed that I missed them. So honestly, I think the really big thing that happened in December, aside from, I think we had like 2 snowstorms in December, which was insane, was Christmas. I had a Christmas party here for my family, which was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed having everybody over at my house. We decorated everything. As you can see, some of my stuff is still up, but we really went all out this year, and I really love how my house looks. And I don't want to take it down, but I know I'm going to have to. But I think the big thing in December, like I said, was Christmas, and I got some really nice presents. I think my brother pulled through with the biggest one, which was tickets to see the band Scarlette, who I've also wanted to see for a long time, so we get to see them in March. And I pulled through and got him tickets to see Adam Sandler that same weekend, so it's going to be a very busy weekend in March for us this year. Well, yeah, that's basically my 2019 wrapped up. Like I said, it was a very crazy year. Nothing super eventful, but I had a pretty good year overall until the end. Like I said, Scarlette's passing really was what ultimately, I think, dragged my 2019 down. However, this year, I do have a few things that I have planned and that I want to work on as, like, resolutions, I guess. So we'll talk about the things that I do have planned that definitely are happening, and then I'll talk about some of my resolutions. So this year, what definitely is going to happen is, like I said, next month, Jen and I are going away back to Lake George for a really nice weekend at the resort. I cannot wait. It's going to be a nice getaway. I definitely need one. I have hopes that hopefully this year, somewhere along the way, I'll get a promotion at work. There's a few different departments that have openings coming up. I have enough experience now in my current position, and I really want to move to another one. So I'm hoping that this year will be my year, and I'll get a promotion. In March, like I said, I've got the Scarlette concert, I've got the Adam Sandler event, and I'm taking off through St. Patrick's Day for that, and I'm gonna cook a nice big St. Patrick's Day dinner here for my family. Usually I cook it, and it's just like for me and Jen, but I think this year I'm gonna have my parents over, and we're gonna do like a little bit of a celebration. So I can't wait for March, because I have basically a mini little vacation then. Comic-Cons start up in March this year. It looks like I have 2 or 3 in March, which is crazy because usually it starts in April, but this year everything seems to be in March. So it's going to be a little bit of a more hectic year. I can definitely feel it already. At least like kicking the con season off. There's really no like slow, gradual, like, okay, we're getting back into conventions. This year it's kind of just like, bam, we're back into conventions. Let's go. But I'm not going to as many shows this year as I have in the past, so hopefully that will help out. Nothing really in April. May is going to be the Five Finger Death Punch Ice Nine Kills concert, which I can't wait for. My birthday is in June, so hopefully we'll do something that weekend because my birthday is on a Saturday, so maybe I can plan to like go away or do something fun. July and August, not sure yet. I'm hoping to do some more hiking and like exploring and traveling this year, like local places, like not traveling really far. So hopefully like July and August will be that. September I cannot wait for because it's going to be fall again. October I know is New York Comic Con. I never miss it, so that's going to be the big thing this year again. And Halloween. Definitely doing full-size candy bars for Halloween again. Halloween's on a Saturday. I can't wait. And then for our anniversary this year, instead of going to Lake George, which we absolutely did love, I got Jen, we just have to call and reserve, an overnight stay at Mohonk Mountain House for Christmas. So we're going to go to Mohonk and really get classy and live it up there for a night. So I'm very excited that we're finally going to be able to do that. And then it's going to be Christmas again in December. It's crazy. So more or less, here are some resolutions for this year. Definitely, I'm going to go back into a better diet and exercise. I slowly was doing a little bit better over the summer. I kind of just, I feel like last year got crazy with everything going on, and I just did not have time to focus that much on exercise and what I was eating, and especially after everything with Scarlette, the end of the year just killed me. It was just really bad. But this year, I really need to focus more on it and make it, you know, a point to actually work towards something better. I also need to do a lot more writing. My goal this year is to write a piece every day, even if it's something like a poem. Do a poem every day, do a story, write something every day. Just write every day. I need to do that this year. I need to submit more places. I had a lot of pieces published last year. I'm very surprised. I'm very proud. Actually, one of my pieces, Liza Crane. Those of you who were in my 31 Days of Halloween, you'll know that piece because I read it towards the end, and it was very, very, very well received. That just came out yesterday, so that's at least something to kick off the new year I'm very happy about. So I have a piece out there already for 2020. It's my first piece of the year. So this year I'm definitely planning on writing more and getting more out there. I'm definitely doing, like I said, my 31 Days of Halloween again. I'm doing my 25 Days of Christmas. I'm putting out that Christmas dark horror, whatever you want to call it, holiday anthology at the end of the year. And I'm hoping to put together another anthology or 2 this year as well. So that's basically what I'm working on this year. And I'm excited to see where everything works out and where it goes. So what are your guys' resolutions? Do you have anything this year that you're planning on hopefully fulfilling, or anything that you're looking forward to, any events or things that you have coming up? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys are up to this year. So yeah, guys, I hope you had a good 2019. If you didn't, like I said, this is a blank page, a whole new chapter for you guys, and it's actually the start of a new decade, so you have a lot of time to just rewrite and make something really good out of this year and this decade to come. So I hope you guys have a wonderful 2020, and thank you so much for staying around and supporting me. If you like this video, please give it a like below. Follow me if you don't already. There's going to be some more updates coming soon. Hopefully, like I said, I'm going to get better lighting, but I've got a lot of great stories to share with you guys coming up, and a lot more Precious publications are coming up because, like I said, I do have pieces coming out this year. One just came out, so I've got a lot to share, and I'm really excited. So thank you again for sticking around, and I hope to share 2020 with you. Bye, guys.